Hey there everybody, SeKo Starcraft back here. You might be overhearing I'm watching some of the WCS Season 3 finals, and in a little bit of a celebration, I'm casting a little bit of the WCS Season 2 replays. My boy Flash and Bbyong. This is out of the Korea WCS qualifiers from a few months back, but you never go wrong with Flash replays. The guy is so baller, and we got him here in the bottom left as the blue Terran against Bbyong. Is I have myself a nice beer on a Saturday afternoon because I don't know any better way to spend a Saturday afternoon than going through some top replays and having myself a drink or two. Now, as a Terran versus Terran at the very high level, that almost guarantees that there's going to be some sort of cheese that is happening. By this SCV going out thus early, you could only assume that Bbyong either is extremely paranoid of cheese from his opponent or is going to cheese his opponent. I think that the latter is more likely in this case. We'll see if Flash is aware enough to be able to do anything about this, or what kind of build it will be. There's no gas taken yet. Now the barracks is a little bit late. This is very interesting placement of that barracks. I mean, it's not that far away. But I'm pretty sure he's mapped it so it's far enough not to be seen by anything up here on the high ground. Gas is now started on this side. There is no gas here from Flash. As most people would know from Flash, is that he's a huge economy person, or he likes to drop the cheese. So, I think Bbyong is doing this as this is the game. Oh no! Did he just scout right into that immediately? Yeah, he just went. That is Envision of just Flash going over to scout his opponent. That's a pretty big mistake. I'm actually very surprised about that. He's doing his best to micro around this SCV, but no, he's not going to be able to do it. He gets away with 2 hits left. And that's setting him a long ways back. That barracks is now just starting and Flash's is already done. You can see he's rallying his Marine across the map, because he wants to actually go put a little bit of pressure on here. Might actually be able to do something kind of funky with that. Very strange indeed. I assume that there's going to be either a Banshee play or a really quick tech into doing some Hellbat drops here. We'll see what Flash has in mind as his first Marine is making his way across the map. It'll be here at about the same time this barracks finishes, but there won't be a Marine out in time to greet it. So Bbyong's already miles behind in this game here. We'll see what kind of strategy he has to get back into this. By the positioning of this factory, I've got to assume that his Banshee's coming out. Very unfortunate to lose that SCV there. He's going into his own factory here pretty fast as well. Second Marine on the way. Technically taking out the supply depot would be an extremely good move. But it takes a long time to kill off the one supply depot. It looks like Flash is just going to back away. I was hoping to maybe get some sort of cheeky advantage. Maybe there'd be a command center first over here he could deny. But it's going to get away and having lost nothing and having killed an SCV. And being able to normalize this game. Got himself a little bit of a lead. Not much in the workers count, obviously, because, you know, there isn't really any big economic difference at this point. But tech-wise, denying that barracks. And also delaying the orbital command as a result. Very, very effective. Now, starport timings. How much time do we got in between these here? We got 25 seconds left. Yeah, only about 20 seconds of in-game time. This Widowmine here looks like it might be for Widowmine drops. This could be kind of cool. I do like the super classy Widowmine drop. We can almost say it's old school at this point. It's not like we see too many Widowmine drops nowadays. But we'll have Banshees on this side here, which by the time this gets over there, he'll probably have a Viking coming out as soon as that medevac is completed. And there's his tech lab, maybe to get his own Banshees afterwards. Very interestingly, neither of these players cares too much about getting down that really immediate command center. Even for myself, I've got this feeling in the back of my mind when I'm playing even my amateur games, like I gotta get that command center down really fast or I'm gonna be so far behind in the macro. But if you do a really good job of being able to just have this tech going along, even if your command center is a little bit later than you want, it just keeps you safe, and you can do a pretty good job getting one of your mineral lines saturated up. Did the medevac go already? Yes, it did. There it is. Pretty good hit there. That medevac got away pretty close. Now he's going to try to be a... It's not going to work. So you can kind of be cheeky and maybe your random SCV movement of building that structure will be able to get past it. Scans and kills off that Widow Mine. How many did he actually get with that there? 5 worker kills. That's substantial. That's a pretty good difference in workers right now. Cloak was not finished yet, so we already had a few shots. Cloak just finishes up now. But it doesn't look like this Banshee's really going to be able to get anything done. And the medevac comes home, probably to be repaired up. It's too weak right now. I don't think you would want to risk sending it over to an opponent that could have Widow Mines or anything like that. Command Center's on the way over. On this side, 2 kills already on this Widow Mine. The problem is being able to get up enough scans here. It's going to be a while for the next scan. This doesn't even have a Banshee out. Doesn't want to lose all those Marines to a funky Widow Mine shot. I mean, it sucks to lose these Marines, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not as critical as keeping your workers alive. Another scan to take out that Widow Mine there. Pretty costly. It's about 600 minerals worth. He does have a tank pretty early on here. There goes the Banshee for flash. Cloak is actually going for flash as well. Which, at this stage, I wouldn't think it would have been that important. Your opponent's either going to have defenses for it, or he won't. Some pretty damaged SCVs in here, though. So might be able to bust through those pretty good. Tanks on the way for flash. More Banshees. This Banshee tank Marine composition is so fun. Instinctively, flash goes around the Widow Mine. Loses that Banshee pretty cheaply, but he gets himself another 5 or 6 SCV kills there. It's hard to say if that pays for itself, but in the economy-wise here, he's up by 16 SCVs. That's going to be pretty tough for Bbyong to come back from there. This mineral patch is a little bit undersaturated here, though, for Flash. Moved a lot of his SCVs down to his natural there. That might be part of a plan. Everything is rallied down to that side, but it just means he's going to mine out his main a lot slower, which sometimes is a good thing. But you'd kind of want to be able to mine optimally at all mineral patches. But you can see there's a lot of bouncing around happening. Tank's already in position. Viking for vision. And there's this Raven here to throw a Seeker missile, if required. And survives to 11 hit points. Cray. Banshee's already in position here for Flash. This one's already got 4 kills. No, pretty close on that missile turret, but unfortunately not quite. This is pretty bad for Bbyong here. He's helplessly behind at this point. This is such a sad feeling too. Like, for people that have been big victims of Banshee harass, there's something very sad about being in this position. Like, you know you're behind, you know you're toast. And there's nothing you can really do about it. You can't start building missile turrets. I mean, you can chase it down with your Marines there. 13 kills on this Banshee. Oh, he was, I think, pretty close to scanning there, but happily for him, the cloak does run out. No kills on this Banshee. It's a little unfortunate. GG. Yeah, I was about to say, by the time this army gets across the map, Bbyong just loses. Very, like, it's... Like, I want to put my finger on. I mean, obviously having the cheese denied there at the early game was a pretty big deal. The Widow Mine drop worked out extremely effectively, denied this base for a long period of time, cost a bunch of scans, and just this combination of a lot of things gave Flash just such an overwhelming advantage, where at this stage of the game, 30 worker kills, double the supply, and it's only at the 13-minute mark. Great game 1 out of Flash. It's a best of 3. Game 2, you guys should be able to see the link down here in the bottom right, and we'll see you guys soon.